What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so look, this election is over. This was an election that was expected to be a nail biter, an election where we may not know the outcome of it for several days. I think back in 2020, I think it was the Saturday following Election Day when Pennsylvania was projected to go to Joe Biden, and that decided the 2020 presidential election. This election, we pretty much, look, officially we knew who the president was, I think a little bit after 2 a.m., but judging from the trends, we pretty much, when I went live, we were hinting at it, but we couldn't quite say it definitively, but we kind of knew who the winner was at least by 1:15. So this election was not that close at all. I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the trends and the numbers in my Patreon video that I'm going to upload very shortly. So those of you interested in signing up to my Patreon, please follow the link that's scrolling across the screen. There's a $2 and a $5 tier. And the $2 tier, you get pretty much everything except for LeBron-related material. The $5 tier gets everything, including the LeBron-related material that I can't talk about here on YouTube. Just want to put that out there. All right. Look, I'm seeing already bitter Kamala Harris supporters, right? All blaming, for the most part, minorities, right? But at least this time, it's not just us. You know what I'm saying? It's not just us. They're blaming Latinos. And, at least this time it ain't just us getting the blame. Because that's how it is. When the Democratic candidate wins, we don't get none of the praise. None of it. But when they lose, they want to look to us first, right? So this is really for the Kamala Harris supporters that are just looking to blame black men. Because I'm seeing them already, right? Trying to blame black men, even though the numbers show, the exit polling shows that, just as we've been saying all the time, we're the second biggest supporting bloc for the Democratic Party. Now, interestingly, 7% of black women voted for Trump. So that's a little bit under. Well, I should say a better approximation would be 1 out of 20 black female voters, 1 out of 20, a little bit more than 1 out of 20, voted for Donald Trump. 1 out of 20. A little bit less than 19 out of 20 voted for Kamala. So that's an amazing proportion. So black women came out percentage-wise, but from what I can tell, now I have to look at the numbers better, but from what I can tell, the turnout was good, but not great. It was good, but not great. I know there's a lot of people talk about how the total vote is way down, but this is why these people, a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. Right now, for instance, last time I checked, only a little more than half of the vote in California has been counted. There's still millions and millions and millions of ballots that haven't been processed and tabulated yet. So the total popular vote, I know some people are saying, well, only 130 million people voted. It's probably going to jump up to about 150 to 160 million. And I think Donald Trump's popular majority is going to shrink some as California votes get tabulated, but I think he's still going to win the popular vote. But look, let's talk about this. I noticed when I'm looking at CNN, MSNBC, right? I notice I'm looking at those networks. I haven't really looked at Fox News much. I noticed they'll show, oh, well, Kamala won women 55-43, right? But see, that's misleading. Notice how I just said like 19 out of 20 black women voters voted for Kamala. Well, 60+% of Hispanic women voted for Kamala, right? They talked about that, but they ain't talking about white women. The numbers are out there, but once again, white women numerically didn't vote for the Democratic candidate. Now, a good portion did, but once again, Donald Trump won white women voters. Once again, in 2016, he won a plurality of white women voters. 47% voted for Donald Trump, 45% voted for Hillary Clinton. Hell, and a white woman was on the ballot that time, and they still didn't choose her. Black women did, but white women didn't. In 2020, he did even better with white women. He did even better. Matter of fact, I think Joe Biden made gains with white men, marginally, but he made gains. Yeah, he did, actually, I think about it. 53% of white women voted for Donald Trump versus something around, I think it was 45% of white women, 46% voted for Joe Biden. Now, talking about reproductive rights, the threat of taking away your right to, you whatever, delete a baby, whatever you want to call it, right? That had a very, very scant, negligible effect, because it's already showing Donald Trump still won 52% of white women versus, I think, 47% or 46 to 47% voted for Kamala Harris. So once again, white women did not come out in droves and vote Democratic. So y'all can sit there and get mad at me or, Enrico. You can get mad at us for not voting for Kamala. But what you really need to get mad at is Amber and Susan and Marsha and Barbara. They didn't vote for her. They told you they was going to vote for her. They told you in your face they was going to vote for her. But a lot of them went into that ballot box and voted for Donald John Trump. You know why? Sometimes it's because they will vote as their spouse does. Every other group does it, with the exception of black women. Also, a lot of them do it because, for all of their bluster about feminism, their allegiance to WS, that's the initial that stand for something, is even stronger. Because let's get something clear. Okay? Let's get something clear. In my opinion, and this is something that I recently reread, right? This whole feminism thing has always been constructed to benefit white women. It was never meant to benefit others. Essentially, white women, emboldened by the civil rights movement, felt like, hey, we are the princesses of this country. We want to benefit from WS too. They wanted their cut. from their husbands. They want their piece of the American pie. But it was never meant really ever to benefit others. They use deflection tactics to get you motivated, to get you angry, to antagonize you. When I see women talk about look like me down with the patriarchy, well, who the hell you think run this country? It ain't goddamn the late great Quincy Jones. It ain't Diddy. It's men that's like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. You know, Bill Gates. What are you talking about? But anyway, this is my opinion at least. Tell me what you guys think. Cornmeal.